2015 Armed Forces Remembrance celebrated nationwide. Independent National Electoral Commission concludes summit for religious leaders in Akwa Ibom State. People's Democratic Party governorship hopeful Udum Emmanuel consults religious leaders for blessings. Details of these and other stories in just a moment. Good morning and welcome to AKBC 45 News. I am Jeffrey Orok. Akwa Ibom State has joined the rest of Nigerians to mark this year's Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration in honor of the unknown soldiers. The event, which took place at the Cenotaph in Uyo, was led by Governor Godswill Akpabio alongside top government officials, the Nigerian Legion, military personnel and guests who all led wreath to commemorate the day. The 2015 remembrance is with the theme Appreciating the Nigerian Armed Forces. Fortune Omoshola has the details.
The horn blow in memories of the fallen, the unknown heroes who gave all in their quest for Nigeria's territorial integrity. Mounted also as a guard of honor, walked in between by the representative of the state governor, Lady Valerie Ebe, as the Remembrance Day is tuned to full volume. Also gathered at the Cenotaph to commemorate the event are top-flight politicians, members of the Nigerian Legion, their wives, service chiefs, and widows of the fallen heroes. Then came the laying of wreaths by the Deputy Governor, the Speaker of Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, and other top military personnel in honor of the unknown soldiers. Has prepared by the firing for the companions. To signify the freedom, unity, peace, and harmony of the lyrics of our.
We thank you for counting us among the living today to witness and also pray for our foreign heroes, those our colleagues who died because of discharging their duties.
سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Governor Godswill Akpabio, reminiscing the historic occasion, applauded the fallen soldiers and reiterated the support of the administration to the Nigerian Legion. The governor, who was represented by Lady Valerie Ebe, however, bemoaned the insurgency faced by the country, which according to him would inevitably fade away if Nigerians unite in words and actions against the common enemy. It was that the unknown soldiers to secure the country's liberty would not be.
We stand at this moment, this hour and this day to pay tribute to them, the unknown soldier. We do not know this warrior's name. We do not know where he was born. We do not know where he lived and when he chose to leave the comfort of his home to go in defense of truth. Yet, we gather today to honor his memory as one of the thousands of Nigerian soldiers who fought and died for global freedom in the First World War, the Second World War, the Nigerian Civil War, the many peacekeeping missions our country has been involved in, and in the different military campaigns to flush out the demons of insurgency in our land.
The state in the plight of the Legion.
The federal government should empower Nigerian Legion. It is a very big organization. But when they leave it naked, people are dying. You can see the number of veterans die every month because of non-ability to live well.
In the final match, out of the memorable was the Color Party.
The Color party marching up the parade ground. Beautiful display by the Honorable Party.
Fortune Omoshola.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has ended a summit for religious leaders on peaceful elections next month. The summit, attended by both Christians and Muslims in the state, took place at Monte Street, Ededapan Avenue. Paul provides details.
Addressing the religious leaders who were led by the state chairman of Christian Association of Nigeria, Archbishop Cletus Bassey, and the president of Muslim community, the resident electoral commissioner, Barrister Austin Okogie, said religious leaders are spiritual guides as well as moral beacons of the Nigerian society. Barrister Okogie explained that their positions as eminence could be instrumental in ensuring moderation by political players to create a peaceful environment for the upcoming elections. The Electoral Commissioner said the political space is already agog with activities as politicians have positioned themselves for contest. He enjoined the public to mitigate conflict, prevent violence, in order to promote peaceful conduct of general elections.
The upcoming elections are barely a month away, and as should be expected, that is why we have convened this summit to intimate you on what INEC, for his part, is doing in preparation for the 2015 elections, and what we must do together to make the elections successful, peaceful, as we all desire.
The head of department ICT, Mr. Pius Nwankwo, said this year's election will be by the use of permanent voters card, which will be verified through the use of card reader. The use of card reader technology is to ensure 100% verification and authentication of voters nationwide. The head of department ICT also stressed that without the PVC being verified, the electorate would not be allowed to cast their vote, adding that people who have not collected the permanent voters card should visit INEC's office or other designated places for collection. The State Director of National Representation Agency, Mrs. Catherine Ekbo, said the agency is partnering with INEC to ensure a free, fair and violence-free election, but advised the religious leaders to preach peace and to educate their congregations on the need to vote peacefully. Mrs. Ekbo also called on parents to talk to their wards on thuggery and violence on the elections day, saying the security operatives will be on standby to monitor the exercise. The Christian Association of Nigeria Archbishop Cletus Bassey said religious leaders are ready to cooperate with INEC to achieve a free conduct of February polls. Archbishop Bassey, who appreciated INEC for the summit, called for more synergy between the clergy, INEC, and the church. Participants raised questions on ways of reducing election fraud at the centers and INEC office, snatching of ballot boxes, shooting at centers, and rumors on the state of PVC cards. Some of the participants of the summit said that it was very rewarding.
The party governorship hopeful in the state, Udom Emmanuel, had consulted the Christian Association of Nigeria CAN, a Akwa Ibom State chapter, to seek divine blessings for next month's elections. The consultation, which took place at Destiny Chapel International, with House State to you, was attended by Christian communities from the 31 local government areas of the state. Receiving the governorship candidate, Udom Emmanuel, the chairman Christian Association of Nigeria CAN, Archbishop Cletus Bassey, said it was a thing of joy for the candidate to pray to the church, noting that the position comes from God. Archbishop Bassey maintained that when the righteous is on the throne, the people rejoice, stressing that the administration of God has given the Christian community, hence the need for the church to work stronger, while assuring the gubernatorial candidate of consistent support of the church. The clan chairman expressed the hope that God will answer the prayer of the church, even as they offered prayer for the success in the general elections.
Of this assignment, knowing that power belongs to God, it was necessary that these men and women from all the local government areas and from every ward, that's what we have done. We are careful to make sure that people have come from every ward and from every local government area and from different groups as far as the church is concerned to hear you directly. I believe God, whom we have believed in them.
Responding, the PDP governorship candidates in the state, Udom Emmanuel, acknowledged the contributions of the Christian community in the state to the peaceful and harmonious coexistence of Akwa Ibom and called for continued prayers for violence-free general elections. Ms. Manuel, who described the church as the first constituency, as his first constituency, assured of effective partnership when he becomes the next governor of the state, presenting his blueprint to the Christian community. The governorship hopeful said his agenda would focus on consolidating the dividends of democracy provided by the current government, with emphasis on medium-scale enterprises, pledging to complete ongoing work. Mr. Manuel assured Akwa Ibom people of his sincerity to providing services to all.
That the Christian world, in answer to your prayer, that today, this is what I'm bringing back. I brought back the mandate to contest. I brought back the plan for unity. I brought back the candidacy of PDP back to the Christian world. And that's what I'm going to my father's today, that this is what I brought back. And I'm sure I will be duly received. And in the same way, the normal father receives the child.
This is AKBC 45 News. More news after the break.
Udom Gabriel Emmanuel is elected as the flag bearer of PDP for the gubernatorial election come 2015.
By the grace of the Almighty God, I hereby give you the flag of the PDP, Udom Emmanuel, to fly this in Akwa Ibom State, to come back as the governor under PDP, our flag. Thank you, may God bless you and give you good success.
Udom is right and fair, for Udom is the best. For Akwa Ibom said, Udom is right and fair. Behold our next governor.
So, back. In Nserubium have had cause to smile in the new year, courtesy of the Vice Chairman of the local government, Ito Robut. The event was a get-together party to acknowledge God for keeping the women and also intimate them on this year's general elections. Robut was full of praises to God, appreciated God for sustaining the lives of Nserubium women, noting that without their lives would have been worthless. She lauded Governor Gospel Akpabio for transforming the state and extolled the motherly virtues of the government wife, Ekaeto Norma Akpabio, for ensuring that women in the state are given their place in the scheme of things. The Vice Chairman cautioned the women against allowing sentiment to mislead them, maintaining that an agenda had been set for all good for continuity. Ito Robut charged the various group heads to ensure that their members obtain the permanent voting cards, explaining that the cards were their power to exercise their franchise in next month's general elections. They thank the women for their support and sued for more.
After waiting on the political tensions, the back state in Iran, and there is no need to pretend. It's why election, 2015. Ivan Trubio, are we going to do it again? Yes. Are we going to do it again? Yes. If we go on managing Borwa, Ivan Peñeka, and you might regularly if Ivan if it. So, Paku Kemuswado came in non dim family to win on me. Umbo Nondi come in on me. Umbo Yanongi Kenem before Ivan if it.
On their part, the coordinator of Cerubium Ambassadors, Grace Hansen, and the Market Women Association, Obonwan Charity Young, Women Coordinator of Akwa Ibom Consolidation Alliance, ACA, Obonwan Imabong Dixon, and the Uyayi Band Coordinator all praised the gesture of Ito Robot and assured of their continued loyalty. They also promised that women in the area would obtain their parts to never then vote in the general elections. Rappers were presented to the group heads and some widows in the 10 wards of the local government. The IT Football Club of Ikpa has emerged champions of the 2014 edition of the Esereke Night of John Wesley Youth Football Tournament. At the finals played at the Methodist Primary School grounds at Ekpenedi, Esereke, the tournament was sponsored by the Managing Director of the Niger Delta Development Commission, Barrister Basi Dan Abia. The story.
The Almighty Football Club of Ikpa emerged winner of the competition by defeating the Three Stars Football Clubs by 4-2 via penalties. The match, which kickoff was performed by Barrister Basi Dan Abia, resulted in a barren first and second half. Although the two teams made some moves, their efforts only resulted in missed goal opportunities. At the end of the match, penalties decided the winner. The winner was presented with a giant trophy, a check of 200,000 naira, while the second place winner took home a cash award of 150,000 naira, and the third place winner was rewarded with 100,000 naira. The PDP governorship candidate for Akwa Ibom, Mr. Dom Emmanuel, who watched the match in company of his running mate, Mr. Moses Epo, said he decided to identify with the competition in view of its positive impact on the lives of youth, and thanks to the NDDC Managing Director, Barrister Dan Abia, for sponsoring it. In his remarks, the Managing Director of the NDDC, Barrister Basi Dan Abia, said he decided to sponsor the tournament to engage the youth so as to take their minds off societal vices. He noted that the competition will be an annual event and commended those who graced the finals.
I came here to participate in the final of this tournament. Let it be placed on record my very heartfelt gratitude and appreciation to His Excellency the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, and of course, my own brother.
The chairman of the local organizing committee of the competition, Mr. Yota Asameyo, expressed the hope that it will serve as an avenue to discover budding talent and thanked the sponsor for his love and support.
has invited chairmen and secretaries of political parties, all contestants, INEC officials, security and national orientation agencies to a stakeholder today at police officers' maze by noon. Also invited are NGOs, trade unions, youth leaders, religious leaders, traditional leaders. A statement by the police public relations officer Etam Dixon says the interactive meeting will discuss modalities for violence-free elections. Let's take the national and international news follow.
It's up to us, all of us. The safety of our communities is in our hands. The police need our help and support. Boko Haram threatens our lives, our future, our country. But Nigeria belongs to us. God has blessed us with this rich land. Let us protect her as we protect each other. Report any criminal activity. Call these numbers. Your call is anonymous, and it is vitally important. Your support so far has been critical. Continuing it will make all the difference between a Nigeria of the fearful and a Nigeria of the free. Protect each other, for we are not terrorists. We are Nigerians. A message from the State Security Service.
The 20th edition of the Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration has been held in Nigeria with President Jonathan presiding in Abuja. A report of these and others on the forum scene is compiled and presented by Chris Nkam.
President Goodluck Jonathan led leaders of the legislature, the judiciary, military and paramilitary organizations to honor Nigeria's fallen heroes. They performed the 2015 Armed Forces and Remembrance Day wreath-laying ceremony at the National Arcade, Abuja. The 2015 Armed Forces and Remembrance Day, with the theme Appreciating the Nigerian Armed Forces, began at 10 a.m. with the arrival of the President, who is also the Grand Patron of the Nigerian Legion. Shortly after the Christian and Muslim prayers, the President laid a wreath, followed by the Vice President Nnamdi Sambo, the Senate President, Senator David Mark, and the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Emeka Ihedioha, among others. The annual ceremony is held to honor and remember fallen heroes who sacrificed their lives for the freedom and unity of Nigeria. More than 70 people have been killed in southern Africa after some of the heaviest rains in years there. About 70,000 have been left homeless in Malawi, while about 20,000 are displaced in Mozambique. According to reports from the area, more than 25 were among those washed away by the flood, which started at midnight, taking the people unawares. Strong rivers which overflew their banks forced tens of thousands of people to abandon their homes in that country and the neighboring Mozambique. Pope Francis arrived at Manila to a rapturous welcome as thousands of people, majority of them Catholics, gathered in a fiesta-like arrival honors for the 78-year-old Pope. It's the head of the Roman Catholic Church is visiting the Philippines, a predominantly Catholic nation, battered by disasters and beset with poverty and corruption.
He's been known to take in a strong stand on social issues, and that is something that is truly relevant in the Philippines today, considering that we're faced with massive poverty, human rights violations.
The has as its theme mercy and compassion. A minute was held for the victims of tragedy in which when it was struck by a shell near a government checkpoint. Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko has condemned the attack, blaming separatist rebels for the deaths, announcing Thursday, January 15 as a day of mourning for all in the hands of terrorists.
You can also watch AKBC TV News online by logging to akbconline.org or follow us on Twitter at AKBC45 or on Facebook at AKBC Channel 45. And now to end the news, the top stories again. This year's Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration observed nationwide. Also, People's Democratic Party Haful Udumi Manuel consult religious leaders for blessings. That's it on the news. Thanks for watching.